that is where we come back to a go-to-market strategy, because that is what we need to understand in a little bit more detail, right? Like we've talked about this thing, that what is a go-to-market strategy? It involves answering the who. Okay, the who in this case is the ideal customer profile, and the how focuses on what is the best way for you to reach out to your users. Okay, the idea is plain and simple. What is it that I can do from a product or feature standpoint and to launch something which can attract customers and most specifically drive revenue growth, okay, on a consistent basis? That is what my go to market strategy has to answer. But when we talk about, how does a go to market help in SaaS? Okay, so let's sort of take this example. Let's say you've built a groundbreaking SaaS product and it's a game changer. Okay, now the question comes in that the right audience needs to get it. And even with that right audience, you're in a position to be able to make sure that the ROI, that the business can actually function profitably as well. Okay, if not CM3 level, then at least CM2. Okay, keep CM2, CM3 out of the picture. Ultimately, the idea is plain and simple. You want to take it to the right audience. You want to attain some level of profitability or shades of profitability. Okay, this is where collectively within different departments in the company as well, you would need to figure out what kind of marketing, sales, and customer engagement efforts need to happen to fundamentally make sure that customers are coming back, trying the product, and it's resulting and it's giving you meaningful results. Okay, and in SaaS, by the way, let me be very, very clear, the who and the how was not the whole picture. The who and the how are two parts of a go to market. Okay, there are other pieces as well to a go to market strategy. We focus on who to be figure out what is my target audience. Okay, the what in this case is the core product, the core service. Okay, what is it that I'm actually going out there and selling? Why would somebody be interested in buying this as well? Why is it that I'm going to have someone come in and be like, you know what, I want to try your product? So your brand positioning, okay, your value proposition becomes very, very important in a go to market strategy. And just like your why, your where becomes very important as well. What are going to be my target markets? Am I going to be India focused? We were doing Quinn yesterday. Everybody had a different thought. Everybody had a different thought. Somebody wanted to do India, somebody wanted to do global, somebody wanted to do other international markets as well. I was personally coming in and saying India alone. Okay, now let me answer why was I saying India alone. Okay, uh, and my reason for doing so plain and simple is that Quince is a solution which is very, very commoditized. Okay, many companies are doing the same offering. When there are so many competitors who've built a similar product with a similar set of utilities, and you know that fight is going to be from a pricing standpoint, okay, the best way to differentiate yourself is from a service piece. Can I make the product service, can I make the customer service as something that's so specific to you, okay, that becomes your reason to stay with me, okay, over someone else who's giving a $39 plan? Today my ability to give service, okay, or that bring that service level differentiation would best come in to someone who's building a store or building a storefront out of India, because that is a customer to whom I can give a meaningful sale. Okay, I can give them a meaningful experience. I can have them get connected with a native person of their country as well, who can speak in their language, help them understand the practical challenges of scaling e-commerce in India, and advise them from that perspective. Hence, for a business like Quinn, it makes sense to focus on India and not to focus on global clients, because you are not just a tool which is allowing them to integrate videos. Okay, you are a tool which is allowing them to understand how can they use videos to boost their conversion rates. Okay, what challenges come in from a conversion rate optimization perspective. Okay, if I am doing that as Quinn and I'm focusing on service level, focusing India first is my best approach at this point of time. Let me be that specific with my customer profile so I'm not distracted. You could argue that we can deliver the same experience to a US customer as well. We can deliver the same experience to a European customer as well. Okay. But understand that there are challenges to, when we talk about customer service, we're talking about different time shifts, different working cycles for those customers as well, the resource availability, the thousand other things that I will have to do to meaningfully service those customers and to also have a position where I can give them insights. Today, as Quinn, do I understand enough about the US e-commerce market as much as I do about my Indian e-commerce market? No. Can I fundamentally build this out just for India? Make sure that the next set of features and everything that I incorporate within Quinn is more specific to what does the Indian customer want. See, understand this very, very clearly. The more specific your ICP is, the more your product becomes nuanced. Why do we keep saying that vertical SaaS is better than horizontal SaaS? Okay, like vertical SaaS is able to get some market share against horizontal SaaS because the pitch is simple. Because I'm so laser focused, I will be better in terms of incorporating the next and the next feature, right? The same ability also comes from a focus from a geography standpoint. If I know that I'm going to be focused on India customers alone, the product experience could fundamentally be tweaked to make sure that that minor feature that is not important to a US customer or to somebody in EU, okay, can become very, very relevant for an Indian customer. Hence, your target markets become very, very important. Okay. The how is obviously very, very clear. What's going to be my marketing and sales plan? What channels am I going to use? Okay. What kind of sales team am I going to hire? What kind of reach outs are we going to do? All of those pieces, my entire outbound and my inbound strategy. And then when am I going to execute it? Okay. What's going to be the timing of this strategy? Is this going to be a lean GTM, which is going to be, typically a 1 month go to market strategy? Or is this something that I'm doing like a full-fledged go-to-market strategy? To give you a perspective, has anyone, everybody would have heard of this. You guys have heard of Big Billion Days? Okay. The team at Flipkart, okay, that works on Big Billion Days, it's a dedicated standalone team. When Big Billion Days is executed, okay, from that time till the next Big Billion Days sale, I think it's an annual event if I'm not wrong, correct? Right, like, so from this October to next October, that team effectively starts to work towards a go to market strategy for the next year's Big Billion Days. It's a dedicated profile. This team's job is to work with the category managers, is to work with the product teams, is to figure out what pricing, what discounts, what categories, what is it that we are going to do from a communication standpoint, what kind of celebrities do I want to goddamn on board, what channels of acquisition. Big Billion Days team, the core metric that they're solving for is you have to execute a go to market strategy to deliver a 5,000 crore sale or a 10,000 crore sale over those 3 days. These set of individuals are dedicated in tasks. I don't know what's their designation, okay, but their only core KPI that they are solving for is just go to market strategy for Big Billion Days. That's it. Now, look at it from a Big Billion Days perspective as well. All of the things. Who is it that we are going to target? This is where you go deeper and deeper and deeper to understand that my messaging, who does it work the best for? Am I going after that tier 2 consumer? Am I going after that tier 3 consumer? What is it that's working for them from a Flipkart perspective? What categories are they interested in? Who's stopping them from buying? All of those things that we had seen in customer persona, a detailed understanding. They would goddamn hire market research agencies who would go on ground to understand what is it that people are expecting during festive sales, okay, to capture more and more and more insights for every year, so that all of those insights can be incorporated in their go to market. Okay, what kind of products or services am I going to offer to them during the sale? Okay, why is it that they're going to be interested in me over whatever sale Amazon is trying to do at the same time? Okay, which markets am I going to be focusing on? Okay, what is my marketing and sales plan going to look like as Flipkart, okay, to execute this go to market strategy? And most importantly, what the hell is going to be the time of the sale? This is the most practical way for you to look at a go to market strategy. All of these answers, all of these things is what you're expected to answer in a go to market strategy. It may look weird that, what does a SaaS company really need to do that? Okay. And in fact, I'll go one step further and tell you, when you read go to market, has anyone gone through that article that I put, 5 best go to market strategies?
I
That
have, Raghu.
Raghav, you have, I know you texting this thing. Has anybody else gone through that article that I put in a previous deck? 5 best go to market strategies. Do you guys have some water around you? Is there a water source? चुल्लू पर पानी लो डूब के मर जाओ. That was 4 sessions ago. You guys haven't read that article. Have some shame. Guys really need to work hard. Yeah, this thing, that kid is the only one who's reading an article. And I know that because he's texted me as well. Now, if I make that point, it will not resonate because none of you have gone through that article. And it's a long time ago. That article was, I think, easily 3 sessions ago at this point. In that article, okay, and not just that article, when you see any go-to-market case study out there, okay, you would typically see that rather than answering the who, the what, the why, the where, how, and this thing, usually it's one or two, three things that they will write about the go-to-market strategy. Okay, like when we talked about Slack the other day, okay, what worked for Slack in their go-to-market strategy? We talked about the fact that they had done product integrations. Okay, we talked about the fact that they had a freemium pricing model, okay, which really helped. We talked about the fact that they were laser sharp in terms of their ICP. So rather than going to an entire company, they only went after the tech teams in a company. Is that all that happened in their go-to-market strategy? Is that all? Muh kholo. Somebody come on unmute. Shubhang, say something.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Is that all that needs to define their go-to-market strategy?
For Slack now?
For Slack?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this thing. What was the timing of the go-to-market strategy? What was their core brand positioning? Which markets were they essentially focusing on? Did you get any of those insights from those 3 points?
So, for Slack, they were focusing on.
That's not my question. My question is, when I answered those 3 points, that this is what worked for Slack, did you get answers to the questions that I just asked from those 3 points? Guys, everybody come on unmute. This is a conversation where everybody has to goddamn participate. Everybody come on unmute. I don't care. We have done the Slack case study in the past as well in the session, right? We've talked about these are the 3 things that work for Slack in their go-to-market strategy. Is that all that is there to their go-to-market strategy?
Oh, the timing part was not covered.
The timing part was not covered. We didn't even talk about the
Geography
marketing.
as well. Yeah.
We have no mention of what channels of acquisition worked for them. We did not mention that anywhere. When you see go-to-market case studies on the internet, what they fundamentally do is look what worked best for that particular company during that period of time and capture that. That doesn't mean that their go-to-market strategy was just 10 executives sitting in a room like, bro, freemium rakhenge. Okay, we will make sure that we are going after this person only, and we will build all these product integrations. That wasn't their go-to-market strategy. It had 30,000 other things to it. Okay. Those are the 3 core takeaways that explain the success of their go-to-market strategy, but that is not their go-to-market strategy. Their go-to-market strategy inherently would be way much more detailed and comprehensive than that. Okay. How did they even come to the conclusion that the tech resource in these kind of companies is what we want to target? That is an answer that they would have gotten from their go-to-market strategy. It's a consequence of everything that has been defined in the strategy. But we measure such strategies by success. Are you guys understanding the difference? When you work on a go-to-market strategy, it's not those 3 things. Pricing is a part of go-to-market. So they just mentioned, okay, that, freemium pricing was a great piece. It's something that fundamentally worked very well for them. Good. But beyond pricing, there's 10 other things that they need to answer as well. Okay. Was Slack built as a web first solution? Was it built as an app first solution? What was it? That's something that needs to be defined in the go-to-market strategy. Guys, do we build an app or do we build a website? Okay. How is it that we're going to take this product live? All of these answers have to come in. Go-to-markets are super complex. Okay. Yet simple at the same time. A lot of times what you'll also realize is that companies don't document information. Okay. So when you go and ask a company, okay, by the way, what's your go-to-market strategy? Like, bro, we are focusing on Meta. Meta is working best for us, or we're focusing on LinkedIn or Google, and that's our go-to-market strategy. We're also working with influencers. We're also doing this. People confuse go-to-market strategy with acquisition channels. Acquisition channels is a part of go-to-market strategy. You are running meta ads to acquire customer, but that's not the only thing that you're doing. Your go-to-market strategy would also fundamentally define who this customer is. Okay. Am I going after SMBs? Am I going after enterprise clients? Am I going after businesses outside of India. Okay, all of those things and so much more. And by the way, and I'm saying this in the next class when we do the practical case study, we will focus on Quinn only. You've all seen Quinn at this point of time, right? Do whatever research you want to do about Quinn, and I will still come back and show you something that you've not found in your research. That's an open challenge. Okay, that's an open challenge. Go do the research, however much you want to. The point is that go-to-market strategies inherently, and I will still keep repeating, have to fundamentally answer all of these questions, not just the who and the how. There's a lot of pieces that happen behind the wheel as well that need to be captured in go-to-markets, especially when we talk about SaaS, because in SaaS, you're not selling a product. Okay, it's not a one-time sale. It's easy to make that one-time sale. You could do the most stupidest things as well, and somebody will come in and buy. SaaS is inherently very, very different. One company's go-to-market strategy could simply be focused on Meta, okay, or could simply be focused on Instagram. Okay, the reason is because they're just looking to sell a product. They're looking to sell a product. Somebody's going to come to the website, see, sign up, and disappear. SaaS is very, very different. Okay, you're not just going to disappear. You are trying to bring someone and say, you know what, I'm not going to sell you a product, I'm going to sell you an entire experience packaged as a service. Okay, and I'm going to charge you money goddamn every month. So your go to market strategies as a SaaS business inherently become very, 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 very difficult. If I'm buying, how many of you bought something? Okay, any basic product, a skincare product or a makeup product. The women would only buy this thing, but I'm saying any kind of product just by seeing an ad on Instagram. You saw an ad on Instagram and you were like, yeah, khareed leta hu. This is looking nice. Everyone at some point of time, you would have never heard of the brand, but you saw an ad and you clicked on it and you were like, nice product, good t-shirt, $4.99, I would buy it. We've all done that, right? It's because that is something that works, because what you're doing is a one-time sale. Okay, you don't need to trust the brand enough. Right now you're like, okay, it's low stakes, I've seen an ad, it's enough trust for me to go and proceed with that transaction. When it's a 10,000 rupee product, okay, that you see, then you're like, okay, hold on. Okay, now let me go and check out other places as well. Now let me check Google reviews. Now let me check if they're on Amazon. Let me try to place the order on Amazon because I can verify, okay, whether this product actually works or not. But when it comes to a SaaS business, trust is what your go-to-market strategy has to solve for. If there is no trust, I'm not coming back to you. What is it that's going to convince me that not only am I going to agree to give you money for this month, I'm going to agree to give you money for the next month and the next month and the next month and the next month and on and on and on and on. It's not a one-time sale. It's about retaining customer that continuously prove your product's value. Hence, SaaS go-to-market strategies are very, very complex. So how do we go about building a go-to-market strategy? We've talked about this, right? Like everything starts at ICP. And ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile. Okay. You would, and again, I'm going to go back to the same piece that I've been saying from the beginning. ICP is not demographics. Please. It's not my ideal customer profile is an e-commerce company based out of India, which is doing less than $200,000 in revenue, okay, or $300,000 in revenue in a year. No, no. You will want to capture every single detailed piece of information about them. So if we were doing this about Quinn, we would want to understand what industry are they in, what pain points are they facing. I'm sorry, just give me a second. Something stuck in my throat. Just a second. Sorry. Yeah, so I was coming back to your ICP. Your ICPs need to become in a lot more detail. Okay. How big is the company? What pain points are they facing? Where are they located? Are they actively looking to buy? What is their buying process? Who are the key decision makers? How do they search for and evaluate vendors? What solutions does the current market offer them? Now, let me ask you guys a question because we had this discussion last year as well with the previous cohort. Who makes the decision in an e-commerce company that we want to integrate with? Who's the decision maker?
Marketing head.
Say we're talking about, I'll give you more specific. Let's say it's an e-commerce company which is doing 75 lakhs in annual sales and it's a 20 people team. Okay.
Marketing head.
Yeah, but what were you saying?
I mean, marketing head.
Okay, you go for marketing head. Okay. Anybody else who has a different person in mind?
It's a 20 employee team, right?
Yes, 20 employee team.
Co-founder?
Co-founder. Okay, directly co-founder. Why directly co-founder?
Because it's a very small team and co-founders are generally involved when it comes to a smaller team size.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Who else? What else? Does anybody else have a separate idea? Yeah, Vivek, don't raise hand. Just go straight away.
So maybe the product manager, because they're going to oversee the development and the management entirely.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Product manager. Fair enough. What else?
The team of developers, the technical team.
Okay, technical team. Okay, lovely. Lovely. Anybody else has anything else to figure out?
growth head, or let's say growth head. Yeah, growth head is, I think.
Growth head. Got it. Got it. Anybody else has anything else to add?
Maybe or chief.
Like C-suites executive, maybe.
Suit executives. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Anyone who has some idea about whatever increase in conversions that Quinn is going to get you, what kind of extra revenue that will get it against what costs? So anyone who can understand that.
Raghav, the question was specific. Give a specific answer.
I would say growth manager. Someone leading growth.
Manager, na? Okay. Anybody and everybody.
CBO, Chief Business Officer.
I think someone also is responsible for digital marketing for sure. So
Got
it would, yeah.
Cool, cool. Got it, got it. Everybody go on mute. In this room, we have come to 10 different positions. Okay. We don't have a consensus on who is it within that company who would be taking that call. When we talk about building ICPs, this is exactly why your outbound reach outs fail. When you don't understand enough what industry, how is it that decision making is happening in that setup, okay, in a smaller team, who's taking the call on things like these, okay, and you reach out to different set of stakeholders, okay, and that's why there is no reply, okay. Somebody was saying marketing, somebody started with marketing head, okay. Firstly, companies at that level, okay, in e-commerce companies, typically marketing head is a position that's already getting outdated. Okay, you would typically see someone there is a split between brand or someone who's on growth. Ideally, you'd want to look for someone who's driving growth at that company because this is one of their core KRAs. Okay, digital marketing manager is a very ambiguous designation. It could be someone who's managing SEO, it could be somebody who's managing ads. They are not concerned. The reason you want to understand who specifically is influencing the buying, okay, in a smaller setup, when we're talking about companies that are under 50 employees, okay, is because you want to make sure that not, if yours is a sales-led GTM, okay, where you have to do outbound reach outs, okay, you have to fully understand that who is it that I'm going to be actually reaching out to as well. In this case, I would keep 3 positions in mind. Okay. Usually, by the way, in a smaller company, if you're doing less than 70 lakhs a year, there is no CBO. Okay. It is not required in an e-commerce company. Okay. So CXOs would rarely exist. Okay. You would mostly have HOD positions or co-founders. Okay. My first layer of attempt is going to be to reach out to someone who has a growth related designation. Okay. Typically a growth head or a senior growth manager. Okay. So that's going to be my first level contact. My second level contact is to be searching for someone who is D2C head. Okay. Someone who is driving either the D2C side growth or e-commerce head, if there is a position like that company exists, because that is going to be the one individual who will most significantly participate. The third position, okay, my third level communication, because it's a smaller setup, co-founders are very, very actively involved in every aspect of the company. My third level of contact would become a co-founder. The reason I don't want to reach out to a co-founder directly, why don't I want to reach to a co-founder directly? Now give me a good answer. Why is the co-founder not my first level communication?
Because you actually want to understand the problem.
No, common
right?
sense.
And
You have many things to manage at a time.
Because they are so busy.
Hey, shut up, everybody. Wait. Before you answer, I'm again saying use common sense. The answer lies in common sense.
Hierarchy.
the first communication to a co-founder? And don't give me the wrong answer. Think and then answer. Yes, Arpit Singh Rajput. Why not the co-founder?
If we are talking to growth head, we'll get more insights about what exactly is the ideology of co-founder. So when we talk to co-founder, we'll
No, that's not the case. I'm saying question. See, you guys didn't even listen to the question. Arpit, the question was, why is the first communication not happening to the co-founder directly? Okay. Even if you reach to the co-founder later, it's a separate piece, right? I'm saying, why is the first communication not happening to a co-founder versus a growth manager or a growth head? Yes, Tanishq.
hierarchy.
No. Valinayagam.
Even if I'm gonna reach out a co-founder, you're gonna tell me to reach out this particular person because they have a particular person in the company who's already taking care of it. So
So are you advocating for it, or because I said, why would you not reach out? You are giving me reasons why would you reach out?
no. I said why wouldn't reach out co-founder?
Okay, I didn't understand. Coin. Payal, actually, you go, Payal. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Okay. So I think because if we directly reach out to a co-founder and if he turns down that, then we will end up with having no opportunities to discuss it further. But then if we are going layer by layer, then at least we'll have 3 to 4 chances to, make that attempt.
No, not fully this thing. Ansh, last person, and then I'll give the answer.
He's not one of the people who might be using the product. So if he's not using the product, I don't think you would be able to sell to him. He'll come in decision making when someone is advocating for the use of the product.
Where is the common sense? Okay, listen now. Everybody go on mute. Okay, and think practically because you would understand this. Okay, you're just not going in that direction. We said that we would reach out to the co-founder on the third attempt. Like I would, at least. That's my bias. Okay, that's my this thing. I am eventually going to run the risk that maybe the co-founder is not actively involved. The reason I'm not reaching out to him primarily is because that's what lazy sales executives do all the time. A co-founder's email is spammed with at least 30 other tools like Quinn. While you are using your brain, okay, there's 30,000 sales executives, 30,000 outbound specialists who are not. A co-founder's email is spammed by thousands of such tools claiming 40% improvement in your conversion rate, 30% improvement in your conversion rate. Use videos to integrate this thing. Your ability to reach out to them meaningfully automatically goes down because they have to filter through the junk. So your success rate with a co-founder is automatically low unless, to Ansh's point, he is actively involved in growth related pieces, so he specifically looks out. But because you don't have that visibility, the first point of contact has to be with someone where your odds of getting through is much higher, where there is relevance in the role. Okay, where if that person understands the power of videos on my website, he or she will be like, can we schedule a call? Can we just quickly talk? How does this work? How would it make sense for our website? Okay, and stuff like that. That is what we're doing. We don't know if the co-founder is actively involved in growth, right? Co-founder has to be my last resort. The CEO or the co-founders have to be my last resort. Okay, because I have not been able to get contacts from anyone else. Okay, I may not have gotten contacts from anyone else because most people hate such communication. Maybe this growth manager has missed out on my emails. He's missed out on my LinkedIn. Maybe he doesn't like the ideas of integrating videos on his website. Maybe he's just too goddamn lazy, or she's too goddamn lazy. So they don't want to act upon it. So agar main iske baap ke paas gaya, if I go to their father in the company and be like, bro, do you want to integrate videos? And when it comes top down, he or she will act upon it. But first, I have to reach out to the growth manager. Again, the only reason why we're taking this example is plain simple. Learn to understand ICPs for your product. Learn to understand ICPs in detail for your product. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. Yep. Sorry, folks. Coming back to this thing, what I was saying, the reason we do the ICP exercise, the reason we go specific is because you want to go into that level of detail for your customer profiles. Okay. If you all are not coming to a consensus right now for a company that we have been talking about for the last 3 sessions, how do you think you would be in a position to function once you're actually getting hired at these jobs? And it's a very common problem. Trust me. I'm not trying to shit on anyone. What I'm simply trying to say is that we operate with inadequate understanding. Even if you think that my clients are edtech companies, okay, even if I'm focusing on edtech companies, so what? Who within that edtech company do I need to reach out? Who's going to be actually relevant and helpful in this? If I have an edtech CRM, do I reach out to the marketing head? Okay. Do I reach out to the growth head in that particular case? It's all rooted in what is my core value proposition. जो मेरा value prop है, what is it that I'm defining as value prop? Who is it most going to like? Who is most likely to resonate with that value prop? Okay, that is going to fundamentally decide who does my communication happen to, or the other way around. When I know fundamentally that this is my consumer, this person within the company is who wants to actually accomplish this or is facing this problem, then I make sure my value proposition is defined basis them.